Thank you. Oh, well, ABC. So I don't know if I want to. Yeah, just for roofing.
They have more material like certification.
That's, is, you know, your turn,
Yes.
which is cheaper. Yeah. It's not there, but, there was, yeah, but I know your, and like, let's say,
Think about windows. Not in my man, window. They used to.
they give you any.
Like this on the stick.
You don't think it's like.
Yeah, you know how to like.
But when you buy like, it's an intricate, it's really good.
Sad. But not really fun. Yeah, it's funny like that. Yeah, she wakes me up like 7:30, 8 o'clock every day. It wasn't a big deal, but like honestly, like it doesn't work anymore. Now, we do hear so much down. It's really funny. It's like she dictates mine and mine and make like there's a point of thing not like not so it starts. Yeah. It depends, like after the time. I don't think so. You're in. 2 more minutes.
I did.
Yeah,
This is a lot. Couldn't just replace it. You have to get it into the. Sure. What's this for? Beautiful.
Good morning. We're gonna get started here.
People start.
You all here? Let's start with Pledge of Allegiance.
I, but the
allegiance to the flag
of the United States of the Republic of Chile.
Here, this starts. So we make the table over there. I think it's a great little relocation, but if you didn't get your business card in, please use Linda, so we have the drawings that'll be at the end here.
Yeah.
Cool. let's kick it off with some gratitude. Any gratitude, let's get like 10 gratitude, can we do that? Gotta be grateful for something in the last 30 days.
I'm gonna shout out Carter. He's not here, but Carter has been pressing and doing things like open houses and stuff. He got his first buyer and then got his first listing, and he just keeps rocking and rolling with it. So it's just proof that if you're doing the basics, it's gonna work.
Yeah, he's
So,
consistent. I mean, he's beaten a lot of ups and downs.
Yep.
But
Yeah. Wow.
he's sticking with it and he's doing what he needs to do. So thank you for helping him. I know a lot of people supported Carter the last few months. Sure.
Good morning. I'm grateful for yesterday's training. Psychology of the sale was amazing. So,
Plug that a little bit, because we were gonna talk about in the events coming up, but what was so great about it? What do you thank them for?
it made you think and really examine yourself and understand why some things aren't working for you. Gave us something I've never heard of, and that's a not to-do list.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has a to-do list. Oh my goodness, that and training. Awesome.
Yeah, if you didn't get a chance to attend that, again, it was psychology of the sale. He did a great job of just really breaking down the emotions of the sale. Like we always teach about lead gen and all the techniques. Sometimes it's the mental side that really drives it. So Tony's gonna do another one here, and you said October 7th?
I'm looking for Julie.
October 7th, yeah, so
That's what we said.
that'll be a follow-up. It is in person, and the reason why it was in person was it's very, yeah, you gotta interact, so, there's a lot of engagement, so I thank you for showing up and whoever else, I know Bob showed up, Zalini showed up, there's quite a few of you, so I think we had 23, Adrian and most of his team was here.
October 7th, is that a follow-up or?
No, that's gonna be a new one. We'll get together on all of second round too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Extend it for those that
Okay.
Sandler's a 7 or 8 week course, yeah.
it's never.
So we're gonna fill all 8 weeks. And here's the thing, not to take, but what he's teaching you for free is a $6,000 course.
Now it's 10.
It's 10. So
Did you say Sandler?
you know, Sam,
Yeah.
I had to take it
We know.
because of Jack Wade and but I'm grateful for it. And I know Kate took it, and I know you guys all had to take it. So that's exactly what it was. It was a refresher. It was pretty cool.
Cool.
Yep, see, you get a discount. You can buy them something, you have a card.
10% also.
10%. All right. Who else? Yes.
I'm grateful that we got Canva.
Yeah.
And that Julie just helped me this morning with it.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think most of us use Canva, but I put out some posts there. If you don't know, KW bought Canva. So it is now integrated into Command. Is that what you use? You use Canva? Show that to everybody. That was just a little flyer she did.
Question, can I merge the Canva I already bought?
All
into-
questions for Canva, please take it. That is as much as I'm. Or the actual interaction.
Big hit was even using Just Keller Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, one, if you're paying a subscription, it's
Yeah.
benefit you and not have to pay it anymore. And then, again, it's just easy to have it all there. So, yeah, definitely see Julia. I know there's a lot of links already on like just plugins, how to do it. But yeah, so good. Let's get some more. Yes,
I am grateful for Panthers Home Services. They have come in and renovated my home from top to bottom, paint, flooring, and did it so quickly. Now I'm waiting for my kitchen. I'm just waiting for the cabinetry to come in. It's in, so now they're scheduling in. I can't believe it. I've been there, 10 days in the house? And I have a different home already. They've been awesome.
if you weren't here last one, they were our guest speaker. They're also a vendor, so you have used them. I believe Tina had used them as well. And getting some great feedback from that. And that was another referral from Jared, wherever he went.
Well, they say 48 hours, but I mean, that was real. It was done within 48 hours. I was like, wow.
Services that do what they say they're gonna do. Who else? Get some more? Yes, sir.
Yeah, the names helped tricky list agent and seller.
Yeah.
Helped us get to the table. I appreciate her hard work.
Good. Team effort, that's for sure. Few more? We gotta have a couple more. I don't wanna call on anybody.
You know what?
Thank you.
I'll say a big thank you to you for helping me out with my, commercial deal.
Yeah, that's a fun one. So that should be settled in a couple weeks. Dabbling in commercial, not to take anything away from Tony because it was before him, but commercial is its own beast. There's definitely a lot of different things with it. We've learned a lot, but it's best to leave it to the professionals. So give it over to Tony. Go take care of it.
And I'll add, just grateful for all the referrals coming over. They don't all work out, but it doesn't matter. We're starting the communication process in our local market, that this is what we can do. So
Yeah.
keep them coming, everybody. It's great.
Good. And then I'll just add, I'm thankful for Tony, Adrian, like some of the leadership that we've seen. Rendell's gonna help out. We love creating education and trainings for everybody here, new and experienced. And to take a lot of the training part and time away from me to have other people go ahead and stand up in front of individuals and teach what they've learned. I'm grateful for that. It saves me time, but then not everybody wants to listen to me every week. So thank you guys for at least just reaching out to me and saying, hey, I like to teach this because it does help and it helps you guys as well. Anybody else? Yes.
I'm grateful because I made my dream come true. And this is my first meeting in Keller Williams.
Can you introduce yourself? I'm sorry. I didn't get to-
No, I'm sorry, I'm late in the photos, that's why. My name is Tanya Nicolas.
Oh, I thought you were.
Yes,
Yeah.
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 And this is a dream come true for a housewife and mom. So to be a realtor and start my journey from here. Last week, yeah.
Thank you, and thank you for sharing. I
Thank you.
appreciate that. Last call, before we jump into the next stuff? Good? All right. Belief system, let's shout them out as we normally do.
No deal.
Integrity, do the right thing.
Customer always come first.
Commitment in all things.
Communication, seek first to understand.
Creativity, ideas before results.
Teamwork, together everyone achieves more.
Trust starts with honesty.
Equity opportunities for all. We always get stuck at that. I think times, but the last one, but who wants to take it? All right, so on the culture side of things, Belinda has, I'm doing, this is, I'm gonna give more gratitude. So, we had, I don't know if you guys remembered, we had these big boxes of this Empire kits. And we came into the office, what, a month ago? And you ever see it, maybe the Santa Claus when he comes downstairs and there's like boxes all through his living room? That's what it felt like. And we're like, where are we gonna put them? So knowing that Belinda and Amanda Lance, thank you so much. Connecting with LifePath and Rayak, they were able to get rid of all that stuff and opened our storage back up. So they were able to donate that to people that need it. So go ahead, Belinda.
So, all right, so a lot of new faces, so welcome. If I haven't been able to say welcome to you yet. I'm on the ALC and I'm the culture person. And so when I first started in here, we did Red Day. I don't know if any of you know about Red Day, but it's May 17th this year, second Thursday. Put it on your calendars now. We give back to our community. We've done some really amazing things, affected people's lives, which we're very appreciative of. But in the ALC meetings, we talked about, could we do more? And so Ryan said, yes, let's do it. So we decided on the toilet paper because I called LifePath Ministries and they said their biggest need is always toilet paper. So I said, could we do this every month? And so I go to LifePath whenever there is some. There's some right now. There's a box. I will take that down there. I'm telling you, I'm a celebrity down there. Because I'm always coming with big gifts. But anyway, I would like to finish out the year. We're getting close to the end. We won't be having when's our last office meeting next month? November last office meeting. So before we end out the year, I would like to just, it's the end of the year, bless these people. They do so much for our community. And now when I come in, at first they would just, they noticed my car. They didn't even recognize me, I don't think. But anyway, now they know when I come and they call me Keller Williams now, which I think is awesome because that's what we want them to know, that this is coming from us. We're trying to affect our community. So my QR code's up there because if you don't want to buy toilet paper, you Venmo me money, I will go buy toilet paper and deliver it. So either way, you can bring it here, I'll get it there, or if you Venmo me, I will get it there. I have taken carloads, literally carloads from here. So I would like to finish out the year and see what we can do. The other thing I want to say is this homeless thing that RAYAC's coming up with next month. It was interesting to me when I made phone calls, a lot of the same people RAYAC's reaching out to, I've already been in touch with for us to give back. So it's fun to see these names start floating around and we come up. And that was the whole point of some of it too, is just to get us known out there. So anyway, thank you, and I appreciate anything you can do, and I'll get it there.
People in.
Awesome.
And there's the pictures when Life Path showed up and took all of our boxes away. They were in and out of here. They're very grateful. All right, so Amanda Lance joined us from the Flintstone and Associates team, and she is part of RAYAC. You're going to be running for the board, so we need to vote for her. We need to make sure we get more KW presence in there. But she has some things that she wants to share on RAYAC and some of the upcoming events.
So we have the homeless outreach project coming up. It's our 8th year. It's on October 23rd at Asbury Park. Has anybody volunteered for this in the past? I know Reed, I saw him, he's been there. But again, like I said, it's our 8th year. And what do we do at the event? So what we try to do is bring as many services under one roof. And it's for homeless and near homeless, so it's not just homeless. But we bring all the services under one roof that they can go to each table and pick the services that they need. It can be anything from housing to jobs, addiction counseling, medical screenings. We even have hairstylists come in and give them haircuts, which to see them put a smile on their face that day for getting a haircut that they wouldn't normally get is amazing. So we also help them get IDs and birth certificates. One thing when we first started the event, we didn't realize that to get the services, they need the IDs and they don't have the money or transportation to get there. So we have a whole room that helps them online, do all the paperwork that's needed, and then we actually take them to the DMV and wait for them to, and pay for them to get, not the DMV, I'm sorry. I guess you do get your IDs there. Yeah, to get IDs and things. That way that they can get the services that they need. We didn't realize when we first started this event that that's such a need. So that's where a lot of the donation money goes to, is to get those IDs and birth certificates. We also have a store, doesn't cost anything, but they go through this area and pick things that that they need. And everybody's different, whether they're in a shelter, they don't need some of the things that the ones that might be not sheltered need. So you can get, there's hats, gloves, can openers, toiletries, flashlights, washcloths, things like that. And I did send Julie a link that we have an Amazon wish list that if you want. Oh, okay. If you want to donate to that, you can go on there and it gets delivered right to RAYAC. If you want to make any other donations, monetary or otherwise, if you want to get things, some of the things we need are cases of water, snacks, non-perishable food items. We do give a hot breakfast and a hot lunch. That's my department. I do the food area of it. We also have clothing. There's a vendor there that gives out coats. So we collect coats to restock that vendor for their upcoming stuff. I don't know if anybody knows, there is a donation bin at RAYAC that you can donate clothing and stuff to, that money actually, that they actually pay us to be there. And we get a certain amount of money, they sell the clothing and the blankets and stuff that goes in there on a market. So we get money for that to go towards the foundation, and in turn, the foundation gives it to the homeless outreach product. So if you have donations to give, that's a great place.
For people who donate the clothes.
Well, and then the other thing is we did it last year and it was a success. The annual meeting, we're gonna collect clothes. But if you want to, I can take it in. I can talk to them about doing that. We just haven't find somebody to pick it from each, but but we could talk to them about that. But if you're going to the annual meeting, you can take your clothes there as well. It's clothes, it's blankets, shoes. They sell them on the secondary market for that kind of thing, textiles. That's the word I was looking for. So if you have any questions, I don't have the fancy QR code, but if you have any questions or want to make any donations, just email me or call Jacqueline at RAYAC. She can get you all the information.
All righty, we had a, what do you want to call it? A celebrity appearance at the York Revolution game. I want to acknowledge Reed. You gotta tell a story of what happened.
Yeah.
So why were you there? Why were you there? Why were you at the York? What brought you out to the Revolution game?
Yeah, I'm, as far as that experience goes, you guys know that I love baseball a lot. And I always wanted to throw out a first pitch. So the opportunity came, they wanted to thank me for my service. Way to thank me for my service. You know, sometimes serving was not pleasant. Sometimes serving was wonderful. If you, the time in the service, so it really taught me how to feel stronger and how to fail, and then also how to succeed. Thank you for this, guys. Thanks.
Yeah. Did you get it to the home plate?
Did you get it to home plate?
What?
Did you get it to home plate?
It went like, about 2 inches. 6 inches. And it died way off. So my friends who were there were like all over me like a rug. But it
With
was.
the picture in the center, it looks like you beamed it in there, see?
It does.
Yeah. Thank you, Reed. All right, so we're getting into fall, winter, gonna need some more clothes. You want some Keller Williams Keystone stuff. Garrison is our vendor for all the apparel, and that's To the T Outfitters. Here, so you can, there's a link to purchase. We always put it out. Julie does a great job of just making sure our vendors get out there pretty often in front of you. So if you are interested in it now, get with Julie. She'll get you the link to do everything. He has all the Keller Williams Keystone logos already done. You just drop down and select what you want. If you have a team, you can do the team logos as well. Anyone here use him for the team stuff? Did you?
I just,
Yeah.
just.
You just placed some order? Good, good. I know Deb, you just got some too, for yourself, so that's awesome. All right, let's get into the state of the company slides. Love to kind of talk about the health of our office compared to the market, and it's still doing really well. So I appreciate you guys and just continuously supporting the company. Last month was a big month for us. We brought in 18 new agents. That puts us at 75 gross, 222 net actually as of today. I got another thing to add to that. I don't think I have a slide. So we always are looking to grow. That's a big goal of ours with the right people and people that can help us in all areas of our real estate. So we added Tony, who's been amazing with KW Commercial. It's kind of like, what are we missing? What are we missing? So Kate Birch has connected me with Chris Wilson from Sportsman Real Properties. I don't know if you ever heard of him. It's a smaller brokerage up in like the Edders area. He's from the York County area. You'll see a moving truck coming in here this afternoon. He is bringing his team, his brokerage to Keller Williams, and he will be joining KW Land. So he does a lot of big land stuff, whether it's subdivisions, farm acreage. He specializes in that. He does do residential as well, but he's going to be the guy that is going to help us. And then I get some land questions once in a while. I know enough to get myself in trouble, but now we have a guy that can actually answer and help out co-list. Maybe we can create some type of opportunity there. So he'll be bringing over 7 agents with him. So we should be at 85 gross by the end of the month, where now we want 100. Like, we gotta get that 100 number. So we have 3.5 months to do so. I think we'll be okay. But if you know anybody that wants to be part of this amazing cultural office and that's growing, let's get it over here quick before the end of the year. So with that being said, we closed 158 units, which is about average for what we've seen in that August month. We're at year to date 1177. Close on 46 million in closed volume. This is our big thing. Remember, I always am like, we need more listings. We need more listings. Well, we're getting them. Listings taken as a record since 2021, when the market was pretty crazy. But that's double that we've seen in previous months. I think that's our future indicator of what's to be said as far as signs and yards. Because as you can see, we only sold 60 listings out of 158 closed units. We need to offset that. I think that's coming real soon. Contracts written was, again, another future indicator. We like to see those 169. So really healthy for going into that fall market. And so we're pretty optimistic on what we'll see there. And then closed GCI. This is your guys' money. This is the commissions that we pay to you guys for closing deals. Another month, so that's 5 months now, over $1 million. That's a lot of money to go. That's $5 million that we just wrote out. Well, more than that, because it's usually 1.1, 1.2. So probably $6 million in the last 5 months. So that's awesome. Continue to do great things. Keep this company moving, and we're going to keep giving it back to you guys. All right, we're going to celebrate those folks that had top performers. Juan, first time on the board, and it's competitive. It's now to be an individual to make it, you got to be at $1 million in most cases. I love seeing that. That's some great money, because at 2.5%, $1 million is $25,000 in gross commission. That's a lot of money. So great job to him. Kate took number 5 at 3 units. Team. Brock Smillian team and Dave Monsour team also got volume and units on the team side. Number 4, you got Mike Jones at over $1 million. Juan took again another first timer on the unit side, 4 units. He had a fantastic month. Liz takes both number 4 on the team side of things. We'll do one round of applause afterwards. Ashley's back at 1.2 million. She's having a record-breaking year. It's awesome to see people hit personal records, and it's all referral based. It's just getting out there. Mike back there with number 3 with 4 units. Dave Monsour team took the volume side with Lane's team at 10 units. Number 2, Tim Fissler out of Chambersburg. He had a great month. Ashley did 5 units to get her 1.2. Colby and Neil team both took number 2. Now you have the big numbers. Chrissy Rosensteel out of the Hanover, does insurance as well. Had her biggest month, and I think it was her biggest month, 1.5 million. Tim took 5 units, and the Adrian Young team with personal record, team record, all of it. 24 units, I can't read that number, $7.5 million at the last, I think we're gonna see a 10 million. What are you treating your team with?
Camping trip.
Yeah.
It's what they wanted to do. I mean, that's what they wanted.
No one questioned it.
Nobody questioned it. No, fine, we'll go
Not
camping.
this year, next year you're gonna do like a,
Triple play in
Yeah.
December, we're gonna do that too.
oh, maybe like a resort or something. All right, part of our amazing growth is because of Julie Prynam with the K-Score program, and also bringing that into the Keys program. So while we always try to help our new agents, are you looking for a team? Are you looking for mentorship through the Keys program? The success rate is much higher when you have somebody helping you learn the trade of real estate. We all know that there's a high failure rate, 80% in your first year. It keeps going up higher in your second year. We're trying to curve that, and because of programs like this, because of teams that we have that have the leverage or need the leverage and has the value proposition, we're able to continue to support those new agents. So if you have any new agents that are looking to get licensed, we offer the scholarship program for some of the new folks. I know you went through K-Score, right, Tanya? And then who else? Jasmine, did you go through it? Haley went through it. A lot of people. Lady, did you go? You didn't do it. You did it on your own. So a lot of people went through the K-Score program. It's like a $450 savings that you don't have to pay for schooling. It's through Kaplan. Same people you could use third party anyways. So if you know anybody, send them our way. We'll get them enrolled. Carter, Adrian had gave him props, so he just got his first buyer contract. I think he's working today. Someone said someone needs to bring him a burrito.
Right.
But first buyer contract, congratulations to Carter. And we got a lot of new agents to welcome, so let's go through them. We have Tony's brother, Steven. He just signed up with us, and he's gonna be working with you guys on the commercial side of things,
Yeah,
right?
he's gonna stay focused residential, but we'll
Okay.
bring them over.
Part of the team,
Yeah.
yep. Braden, he holds his license for both Maryland and PA. Believe he's gonna be on the Colby and Neal team. Paola, you were here last month, but we didn't have you set, but Paola, welcome back. Kevin Perry, who's gonna be out of the Dillsburg office, that's Karen Sirianni's son, nephew, son? Nephew, okay, yeah, that's what I was. Harka, also welcome to him and Brittany, both in the Keys program. Who else do we got? And then we announced the flinchball team last month, but we didn't go into specifically who it is. So there might be some names in here you didn't recognize from being on the team, including Amanda, who is going to be on our rag board. So we welcome all of them. I think that's it. Oh, no, I lied. Oh, that's part of the flinchball team as well. So big team, 11 of you. We welcome them officially. Events and trainings, kind of keep it moving. So since we're having, I mentioned this before, since we have so many agents all over the place, Elcar, Gar, Rayak, we're gonna just kind of start adding the events in there too, for those that are part of different associations. So similar to ours, they're doing their cornhole tournament here actually tonight. So if you want to go throw some bags in the rain, go ahead and go do that at 4 o'clock. There's the link for everything. We also have a lot, it's crazy to think about this. Next year is already a continuing ed and renewal. So if you want to start doing your continuing ed and get a jump start, I know some of us here like to prep and plan and get it done. And then there's always the procrastinators that'll wait till May 30th. But you can start, they're offering in-person classes to get your CE credits. Take a picture of that. Do the next one. We'll throw some more on it. Don't forget that for any newer agents that haven't yet done that. Wait, you want to talk a little bit about your class? You got a class coming up on the 30th here.
Sure.
I'll kind of move this so you can see it. Go ahead, please.
Yep, you're all good. Brock had actually done one of these, I believe a few months back. We're gonna rerun it. It's for anybody interested in setting and establishing goals within real estate, whether it's metric based or even just accomplishing personal items, how to systematize it and come up with more of a structure for yourself so it doesn't seem quite as daunting of a task, right?
Yeah, so we're going into the fourth quarter here. Crazy to think about already, but fourth quarter means that as real estate agents, we need to be prepping our 2026. Because we work pretty much 60 to 90 days in advance. Anything that you sell today is probably closing at the soonest October, but maybe even November, some December deals. So definitely start putting that together, put your plan together. If you have a plan, you're better off reaching goals, achieving things that you set out to do. If it's not written down, it doesn't exist. Isn't that what they say? So you gotta at least put some effort in. Whatever you've done this year, try to better it by 10% next year. And you'll be very grateful for it. So Blake is running that class. That is Zoom and in person. Wealth building, that's through the region. That's always that's free. And you just have to register so they know how many people are going to be on there. That's Zoom. That is October 1st. Maddie's actually out of Harrisburg office. So she's going to be she does a lot of investment deals. So she'll be holding our wealth building Wednesday for the region on October 1st. Business plan clinic's already coming up, so this is another thing that like kind of you take it from Blake's class and you can take it to the region. Then Dean Rivers, who's been teaching this class for, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years. He is coming. We finally have these classes a little bit closer. I know Brady, you went last year. Who else went? Was it Lucas or Blake?
No,
Right?
it's business planning.
His business plan. Remember when we were in Hubbletown up by Hershey?
I think it was Luke.
Yeah, it was like, we went
Maybe
to,
Lucas.
we went to career vision.
There you go. So anyways, this is another, they give you a nice book. You do the exercises together. This is a great way to break down your 2026 plan. So if you're interested, we already have a small group going. It'd be great to have a nice full table for that, but you will need to register. I know tickets are getting limited. It's a nice venue it's the Englewood. I don't know if anyone's ever been up there. It's a new building. It's only 2 years old, but you will need to register for that. And another follow-up, we just added this in here, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. But we already talked about, Tony is going to be bringing back the psychology of the sale that he just did yesterday. That had such a great attendance on it and a lot of great feedback. That is going to be, keeps
The date on that.
October 7th. That's what you picked.
I write it down.
Yeah. And then reply to inspections with Rendell. This is what I was saying. I appreciate you taking time to do a teaching class. So that following Tuesday, training Tuesdays, Rendell is going to be doing things on handling reply to inspections, negotiations, timeframes. Anything else you want to add to that, Rendell?
I might have a guest. I did speak to someone from Home Check
Okay.
that when Tate might come out. If he doesn't come out, I have somebody of similar stature.
Yeah, and then you can get it from like the inspector's point of view of what they do, what they say, and then obviously the agent. Because if you read to some of them, you think the whole house is gonna fall down.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
kind of like, we gotta like educate our clients on what does this mean
Right.
and how we overcome it. And no, it's not gonna cost you 50 grand. It's $500 in some
Right.
cases. Yes. Yep. I will. And we'll keep putting these on our Facebook and calendars. What's it? Oh, I'm gonna keep pushing this. We do a lot of marketing online. VAs do marketing for us. State's cracking down. There's a lot of money grab out there for not being in compliance. So make sure in all your marketing that what did Gary say the best? He's like, any marketing, the client has to know how to get to your broker. So it has to have your name of the broker, as far as Keller Williams Keystone, has to have the address, and it has to have the phone number. There's have to be on there to be compliant. So make sure you're double, triple checking anything that you put out there. State sees it, can be immediate fines. I've been hearing about it go around, but I just don't want to see anybody getting nailed for something that was unintentional. So please keep that in mind. We'll keep talking about that and sharing it. So this is our vendors. I want to thank all of our vendors that participated. We have Junk Monkeys coming up here shortly and telling you a little bit about what they do. Jared's here. We have Hometown, Harkins. Who else? Anybody else from our vendors? Jared, I knew you wanted to share some stuff. So do you want to let you have a share?
I'm Jared Petro. If anybody doesn't know me, the owner of You Relax Moving. So I know a lot of you guys have seen me. I love to give back. We appreciate referrals, you know, when you guys pass our name on, you're trusting us. I want to give everybody in here though, the peace of mind. Come to me. If you're referring us, I want you to have the peace of mind that you can come to me. If there's an issue that you're noticing or something, I need to know about it because we're continuously trying to maintain and build our operations and have a fluent process. So I need to know if anything's happening on a job, I want you guys to have the peace of mind to come to me so that we can make the adjustments for our growth and continuation. So I just want to give back though, for anybody that's been referring us for the past 2 months. If you could raise your hand if you've referred URelax Moving for any of your clients past couple months.
Keep them raised, please.
Keep them raised, because I'm gonna give you guys free coffee. You're gonna get that.
Now,
Coffee on URelax. Send your referrals to us. We want to get back to you guys. We really appreciate it. Team appreciates it.
Jared, you had mentioned you have some.
I'll send their hands, Chris. Adrian?
Jared, you need a couple people for your job. You're all
Correct. Yeah, we're at a growth spurt where we need more help. We need help with sales. We need help with labor. If anybody knows anyone, if it's a part-time situation that can help with sales, just like answering the phones, I have positions available, and anybody knows anyone, friends, family, that they could refer to us. You know, we could use that assistance with anyone that knows someone that they would trust. So like sales, answering the phone, anyone that likes, you know, knows someone that does physical labor. You know, we're looking for a little bit of everything. We're growing, we're getting big, and we need more help. So anybody in here that knows anyone that can refer them to us for any of those positions, send them my way. Be happy to talk about anything that we have available. Who else had their hands raised?
a couple over there.
Did I hit everybody that had their hands raised? All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Jared. Kathy. I'm not picking this time. I messed it up last time. I don't think I'll make that.
In the bag.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
So before I do this, I just want to cover something real quick. I always try to bring you guys something that happened. So I got a 54-page agreement of sale on a new construction. And thank you. However, I don't know how many of you really ever sit down with your contractors if you do those. This is it. It's 54 pages. And in something like page 18, there's this little section for their NDA or their disclosure that they own part of a title company. And, you know, people are signing and 54 pages of signing. By the time you get to page 18, you're like, oh my God, we saw all that. And then by the time you get to page 54, you're like, just let me sign papers. I'm out of here. But page 54 says, this will be able to read it better. Buyer and seller agree, or buyer and seller agree that the seller will provide closing cost assistance in the amount of $5,000 at the time of closing. That's awesome. In consideration of that closing cost assistance provided by seller and as a condition of the closing cost assistance, it is expressly understood and agreed that the buyer shall purchase title insurance through their title company. So I just ask you to keep that in mind, because I had to call the agent and she goes, oh, my buyer is so pissed. And I'm like, I'm really sorry, but I would never expect anybody to take $5,000 from their customer to give it so that I can have the deal. I appreciate that, but I just want you all to be aware that these are the things. And like I said, 54 pages in, page 48, you're like, gosh, are we, I just let me do. So just make sure you're aware when you're doing that. I mean, like I said, I appreciate it. Really, I do. I'm here to help in any other way that I can. If there's questions or anything, by all means, feel free to call me. If you need something, I'm here to help you in that fashion. But I just want you to know that these things are in here. And they're, you know, spread out far and wide. So that's all I have to say on that. Anybody have any questions on anything?
Any further questions or
Anything else? Try to bring something that happened in the month. So here's our monthly winner for August. Ashley Brim. She's not here.
She's online.
Okay.
Or she was.
She was, all right, well, here is her gift card. So keep sending, keep putting them in there.
All right, thank you, Kathy. Next up, he did it. He lowered rates. I couldn't believe it. Hard about this early. He figured it out, so, and then you guys get his daily updates. I get them every morning. It's pretty cool. You always gotta look at where the rates are, but I survived with pretty long.
So we'll start off with that actually. So here's where average daily rate was across the market as of this morning. What lenders were actually locking at. For this meeting today, the Fed's meeting to decide if they're going to cut rates. Likely a 25 basis point cut. That is with 94% likelihood based on market statistics. So where I think this gets weird is the summary of economic projections will dictate really kind of what happens from here. If they, of course, choose to cut in half, which they may, because the job numbers that came out weren't super favorable earlier in the week. That'll obviously, you'll see some market improvement, but the thing you have to understand about what's going on is the market is already pricing this cut in, right? So like interest rates as they are now, very likely could go up after the meeting, depending upon the summary of that after the meeting.
Right now?
Like today at 2 o'clock, after the summary of economic projections, you could see a little up, not like major, but like it could go to like, 6.2 or something like that, right? So depending upon what their summary of economic projections has in it, how they're feeling about things, what they say commentary wise, are we going to have another cut later in the year? We're going to check out what's going on with inflation. Depending upon the verbiage they put in there, it's really going to dictate where the market, which is kind of everybody on Wall Street lives and dies off the commentary. Like this has been the longest awaited meeting forever because they've said we're going to cut in September, we're going to cut in September, we're going to cut in September, and well, finally September's here. So let's pray for a cut. So that's all I got on interest rates. I'm going to take a little bit of a dive into how does your lender review a sales contract, right? The things that we look at as a lender on the sales contract. I feel like this is one that should be relatively quick, but there's a lot of little things that kind of come into play that people kind of forget about. This is just kind of a summary page. So what form should I send the lender? Number one, buyer agency contract. If you're charging an admin fee, kind of all that finite detail is important. We want to make sure that our numbers are right for your buyer, right? So, if we don't know you're charging a $9.95 admin fee or your admin fee change and it's historically been one thing, or maybe you're waiving it like that, your buyer agency contract with them is definitely going to help clear that up for us. Any documents that change. Has a seller agreed to pay part of your commission? Is this negotiated on another form? I know the brokerage has specific ways that they go about it, but sometimes you'll see different things kind of pop up. Any forms checked on page 14 of the contract. So a lot of times people will go down and they'll just check boxes, right? The big one we see is lead-based paint disclosure. People will check that box and not actually have the form. So like they'll ask for the lead-based paint disclosure if it's checked, which if you didn't have it filled out, it's kind of a pain for you. So like I would look at that also, like depending upon the age of the house and stuff like that. The other big one that we see is escalation clauses. If you sign that there's an escalation clause, even if it doesn't get executed, like that's a big one. You definitely want to make sure you get that over. And I know this is all kind of a giant snooze and it's not fun to talk about. Any change in terms or addendum that impacts the loan, seller's assist, closing dates, all that stuff. Obviously that's kind of goes without being said, but always some people don't forget that. Fixtures of personal property. This is a big section, right? This is kind of a slippery slope. And I think there's a page specifically in the contract under section 7B, which basically talks about things that are included, but not included in the price, right? So the lender looks at anything on there. Like if you're saying, hey, we're leaving the drapes, we're leaving, the fridge, the, washer dryer, and we're going to leave the Kubota tractor. They look at that Kubota tractor because it's not something that's in the house, that's a permanent fixture, as what they call an inducement to purchase, right? So you really want to move that stuff to a separate addendum. It wants to be out of that kind of category. And that's a big one that like what your lenders are probably doing now is they're just taking white out and going, right? Like that's reality, okay?
Okay.
I'm just telling you, like, that's probably what's going on. I mean, that's what they do to get the deal closed. I'm just, yeah, I can't tell you how many times we see stuff in there that's like, what am I gonna send this back to you to like, you know, whoever, right? So but it gets weird when your contracts are put in writing, right?
You're saying anything outside of the house, like you can include the washer, dryer, refrigerator, all that, but like if it's like a fire pit or.
Like if you get something that's a non-permanent fixture, like, okay, I'm giving them. Or we're giving the lawn tractor, or we're giving the patio furniture, or we're giving them, you know, that stuff. What they're technically supposed to do, it's called an inducement to purchase, right? They're supposed to evaluate it as part of the seller concession. And if it goes over the max seller concession, you got a problem. But the problem becomes you gotta hire a third party to evaluate it. So it's easier just to take it out of the contract, put it on a separate deal.
But if you put the addendum on page 14, does that not?
Separate outside of our,
So it's.
yeah, separate,
But it's
yeah,
not, okay.
yeah, separate outside of.
It's part of the contract.
Or
they
you do
can't
something
be-
separate between you and the seller or
Right.
you and the agent. Yep. It's all a slippery slope. It's all nonsense. None of us like to deal with it, but this is what day to day looks like for everybody, right? Here's a summary of inducement purchase, kind of what those items look like allowable items, refrigerator, washer, dryer, built-in pool equipment, garage door openers, permanent installed play sets, like that kind of stuff. What's weird is like furniture sets, televisions, you know, boats, cars, lawn tractors, patio furniture, that kind of stuff. Just to give you some clarity, right? The other thing is condos. Condos with any type of financing require an extra layer of underwriting, right? So they look at condominiums and they need to have the name of the management company, the name of the community, the name, phone number, and email of the management company. They're gonna, you know, on any Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac back loan, conventional financing, we'll call it. Every time that a transaction goes on, they reevaluate that condominium. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac do keep a list of approved, but it's only for a certain period of time, right? So you're on the list for 6 months, you come back off, or whatever the time period is. I think it's either 6 months or a year. They just changed it. But long story short, when we get the contract, like having that information allows us to roll through a lot quicker because that process, we got to send a request to the association to get a condo questionnaire filled out, which is like a 5-page form, goes through a ton of checks and balances, right? And having the name of that management company, the name of the community, the name of the phone number. RAAC has a list. We defer to that, but oftentimes the contact info on there. I will tell you guys. So having that information directly from the listing agent just allows your deals to roll through on condos a whole lot quicker to get you those answers. I mean, I think anybody in here has done real estate long enough has had a condo deal blow up because something stupid comes up in the condo, right? So finding that information out, like the 10,000 foot view on this is every time one of those Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac deals, conventional loan is done, they're evaluating that condominium, generally speaking, most instances to make sure it's lendable, but to make sure it meets requirements. So us getting the information quicker allows us to get an answer quicker. And if there's a problem, we suss it out quicker, you know? The last thing, other things we look at, borrower's names matches, seller's names matches, property address match. Legal property address. We get a lot of, sometimes you'll get contracts with the wrong legal property address, like the zip code is different or something like that. Making sure all pages are initialed or we're not missing things. We do monitor commitment dates, you know, and try to make sure that your commitments are sent out on your behalf. But some lenders won't do that, you know. And the only other thing I would say is RTI stuff, right? Like if you do an RTI, like the lender probably just wants the one that gives the credit, if there's a credit, not the one that says all the defunct issues within the property, right? So the $10,000 in electrical stuff you got to do to get it to where it needs to be or whatever it is. Any questions about this? I know I went through real quick.
What do you prefer for a commitment date? How far out?
I mean, honestly, like week and a half, like that's all I need, but I feel like that's not really like the standard.
It's about 10 days, like when
Yeah.
where I came from.
I mean, most,
make sure that
we have all the loans are generally doc right up front, so it's like,
Okay.
it's just apping it and submitting it generally, you know?
Okay.
Any other questions? I know that's boring.
Well, what I gather is that you'll fix stuff on the contract.
Right.
I've done it and have people continue to do it.
This is recorded, Andrew. Awesome. Thank you. All right, yes, the speaker of the hour is gonna be Junk Monkeys. I've used Junk Monkeys twice now. Actually, I was getting a text from a client that just used them recently. Every time I hear back as far as like a testimonial, it's nothing but positive. Actually, Jackson and I are working on a deal together for Karen and Jean, and they did it. They come out quickly, they're affordable, they're clean, and they're gone. And that's exactly what everyone's looking for, because they're getting rid of the stuff you don't want. So wanted to have them in, they're a preferred vendor of ours, and I know you also have another company as well you can speak on, Retriever Restoration. So what you'll do here is you'll just keep it here and click. I know it's a little goofy, and then all your slides should be there.
All right, so to be honest, I'm not really prepared. Speaking's not good. But I'm Rick with Junk Monkeys. I started Junk Monkeys about 6 years ago, I think, and we're pretty well known in the area and pretty good. But then we started a restoration company. We've been working as a sub for restoration companies in the area. It caught my interest, and so we're trying to get into that where the focus on mold may be for you guys with home inspections and stuff, where mold may come up. But for Junk Monkeys, everyone has junk, when they're moving, they further pictures and stuff, but this slide with it explain. Problems we saw: real estate agents, investors face challenges with properties full of junk and messes. Cluttered homes are harder to show, delaying sales. Cleanup takes time, money, and distracts from closing deals. Look at this slide.
You source that, I think.
Yeah, I have time to do it myself. Prep properties quickly, fast, reliable cleanouts, makes them show ready. Pre-listing property cleanouts, estate cleanouts for inherited properties, tenant move out, eviction cleanups, foreclosure and distressed property services, quick turnaround for showings and closings. Our main focus is on the junk removal, demolition, and we have a few dumpsters that lend out, but again, the fire, water, mold, storm cleanups. This is a video, right? No. It's supposed to be a YouTube link or something. Okay, well, it's supposed to be a video, but I don't know.
What's your turn time usually? Like if somebody calls you, how many days?
It depends a lot of times. It's pretty quick. It's just, so there's me and one guy, we kind of keep our schedule open and flexible for like the emergency stuff. A day or two for like, if it's really needed, but again, like a week or two, whenever you can get to it. It also depends how big of a clean out. Is it a huge eviction, hoarder situation, or is it, a single item or something, me and one guy can do probably the same day, smaller loads. Dang, how do you?
I don't think there's a link.
Okay. Well, I think it was a YouTube link or something. This we just did yesterday. Honestly, he did that pretty quick.
I saw that post.
We just did it. There's me on the roof.
Ursula loves that.
Well, the guy got started before I got there, and I would have done it a little differently, but it got done. I got hurt. Here's a sewer. We've been doing some sewer cleanups and for property management companies. That was a sewer backup. Quick turnarounds, disaster safe, cost-effective solution. There, we're gutting a bathroom for Regal Plumbing. We gut for them sometimes when they do bathroom models.
What area did you cover?
Try to stay within like an hour from here, but if it's worth it, a little bit farther. I mean, we've been pretty far. Trusted partner for real estate agents and investors, ability to handle jobs of any size, local expertise. It's kind of repetitive.
Do you work with insurance companies?
We have once or twice. That's something we gotta learn. To be honest with you, it's just something we're gonna have to figure out. Yeah, we go to Maryland often, actually. Baltimore, Hartford County. We're really focused on advertising York and surrounding, but we go to Maryland often. I actually got a call for DC the other Friday. And couldn't get 10 guys to get down there quick enough, so. Any other questions?
So like, do you guys typically go, how do you estimate? So do you need,
So for the junk removal,
how can we help you guys, I guess, in order to get you set up?
I won't really. Pictures help as much description as you can. It goes on the load size for the junk. So we have, 15-yard trucks. Our minimum is this, a full load's that. Take as many pictures as we can. We kind of give an idea of how much time to schedule, but also maybe a price range. I won't give exact price of pictures, but our typical one full load or less, 2 hours should be plenty of time for the guy to load. But if we don't know, we might only schedule 2 hours, get there, and it's, a full day or two.
Yes.
So pictures help, and, yeah.
Many people have come across a listing where they need cleanouts, or I'm sure most anybody that has. So it's very common, and it's we're the kind of the bridge for the resources, right? So we need to, when they have things that need a cleanouts, or they need contractors, or something to get that home market ready, per your suggestions, it's good to have folks like this and do it quick. Again, like I said, I've already used them a few times, and they've been spot on, and I've gotten really great feedback from them, so I definitely appreciate it.
There are some realtors in the area we've been working for years, and they'll call or text last minute, hey, settlements today, and 2 hours, they left stuff at the house.
Yeah.
And not always, but a lot of times we try our best to, get there pretty quick, where.
We never want to be put in that position. I'm sure they don't want to
Oh,
have to figure it out, but you have a resource. So.
You go to your website, what was that last slide? Do you email you? Do you have a form on your website? If we want to schedule?
I think there's forms on our website. Pretty flexible.
We're constantly putting out the vendor stuff, plus it's, there's stuff out front, so if you need junk monkeys for something, you don't have the contact, Julie has all that stuff for you, and we'll put them up on our Facebook.
I'm gonna try this.
Yeah, in the section. Any other questions for him? Anybody?
You have a form on your website in case you're wondering.
I probably did. Probably.
All right, we're gonna do our giveaways.
I got you.
Chipotle burritos are for lunch. Got into that. I think everyone likes. So giveaways. We have another black set up here. I have. This it out. Hang on. We gotta do it. We'll be asking what the giveaways are if you're not listening. Plates 3, posted this. A lot of you guys said, so I'm gonna give one away. We're ordering more for the ones that are interested. But this is all an AI strategies and procedure. It's like using ChatGPT, Canva, like all that stuff. So this is a cool one. This is the new one I was talking about. I'm gonna actually try to get a guy in to teach this because he's very skilled with it in our region. So yeah, this one, and then like a little notebook, and I don't know what. Yeah, one of these cups that sit in everybody's cabinets. I have 30 of them. And then the transaction monthly. So I'm gonna let you pick them all.
Adrian?
Everyone. What do you want, Adrian?
I already got Blackstone last time though. I don't need to say.
See, he's just telling you how to
Sorry.
work. I know. Sorry, that's for them, my boy.
I'll just take a month, I guess.
Transaction. Isaiah?
He's not even here. How do you get in it? What's on the other side?
No, this is Reed.
Oh, Reed. Yeah. Want a baseball? Reed, I got Blackstone, You got the AI book or the.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, he is here. I figured he was talking, so. Well, you missed the first half. Okay, awesome. Go eat some burritos. Thank you, guys. Oh,
What?
October 22nd is our meeting. There's 5 Wednesdays. It's October 22nd, we're gonna do a vendor event again with the food truck and the coffee truck's gonna be here. It's gonna be like our June, so that'll be a big meeting.
You know who's coming? No, that was a question.
Steakhouse.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. Oh, shit.
When maybe.
Maybe we did this afternoon, so you what? If you want to stick around. you'll see it.
Was working with state. Cells. Yes, so maybe I can bring him this, and this. He has to.
I don't know, yeah, but if you're still gonna be here, if not, I can get you. Yeah.